Yes, in recent years, many of us gamers have faced their fair share of disappointments. Highly anticipated games often fell short of our expectations, and one of them just came out, unfortunately. I'm never forgiving Ubisoft for hyping the shit out of me and then giving me this crap.
You're a fucking disappointment.
We've all been there, eagerly awaiting a title only to feel let down when it finally arrives. However, despite all of this, I think there is this small light in the end of the tunnel. This noble knight with shining armor that came from distant lands to slay Ubisoft. And I'm talking about indie games. Often crafted by smaller studios and even solo developers, they have been a breath of fresh air in a world cluttered with massive blockbuster titles. I'm talking about your Assassin's Creed. They remind us of what gaming is all about. Entertainment, unique storytelling, and immersive experiences that fill us with joy. This generation of AAA games, especially in its early years, hasn't quite matched up to its predecessors in terms of stellar releases, hasn't it? Like seriously, in the first 3 years of the previous generation, we already had Bloodborne, The Witcher 3, Breath of the Wild, Persona 5, Resident Evil 7, Mario Odyssey, and many other great all-time favorites of mine. In contrast, the past few years have had some notable titles like God of War Ragnarok, Elden Ring, and The Takes-Two, but they are not even next-gen games. They ran on older hardware. Like, I don't have a problem with that, but the thing that AAA companies advertise for the most are the next-gen games, and the actually next-gen games aren't even that good. Like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart turned out to be a scam, and Demon's Souls, while good, didn't exactly reinvent the wheel. The only great AAA next-gen game that we had is like Starfield. Even that didn't reach a unanimous verdict yet. Some people liked it, some people hated it. A lot of people hated it. So why am I optimistic? It's because of the rapidly increasing popularity of indie games. More and more people are talking about them. Gamers are beginning to see the bigger picture. If your favorite gaming company disappoints you, you know that you have alternatives now in the form of indie games. As popularity of indies rises, the number of indie developers will also grow. Like, think back to 2010 or something. I was like 5, but if you said you wanted to make a video game, you will get laughed at, believe me. They will bully the shit out of you. Indie development wasn't as widely accepted then. Everyone was waiting for the big players to make the next move. But at least the big players had good games then. However, success stories like Hotline Miami and Minecraft and many other great indie games have inspired aspiring developers to take a chance and create something. As more individuals and small teams try their hand at game development, us as consumers benefit. With more developers comes an increase in high quality indie games, offering unique perspective and gameplay experiences. You might ask how indie games can affect the whole industry. AAA games are part of the industry, a major part of the industry. AAA games are still making shit, so what's the deal here? And here's where the magic happens. If people's preferences change, their demands also change too. AAA companies run a business, a gigantic business. Video games since the overweight Italian plumber came out were a major industry, and if any business wanted to live, they need to satisfy their consumers. So therefore, AAA companies will have to adapt to these changing preferences to maintain their fan bases. The success of indie games can indeed influence the quality of games produced by AAA companies, because if AAA companies make shit, people will play indie games. And if they start realizing more that indie games are way better than AAA games, they will sooner or later start playing way less AAA games. So that means that the rise of indie games is an incredibly optimistic development. While most of the games we play are AAA games at this time, sooner or later I think that will change. Because, like I said, indie games offer a breath of fresh air. Their distinctiveness stems from the fact that they are often developed by individuals or small teams, each with their unique life experiences and backgrounds. Like, for example, imagine 3 separate groups working on a game. Each will bring forth a game with a different flavor, offering a fresh perspective. However, in a large company, if those 3 groups collaborated, they might create a more typical game, because they answer to the higher-ups, they answer to the divine power that they cannot oppose. And the people with important roles in video game companies know that standard formulas often require less risk and variation. And that's where the difference overall lies. The creativity and diversity that indie developers bring to the table have enriched the gaming landscape. because people are hungry for something different. Creating experiences that challenge conventions, making us reconsider what video games can actually be. So yep, indie games can actually make the world of video games better. And the thing that inspired me to make this video is because I just completed Hotline Miami for the 10th time or something. And Hotline Miami is the best video game ever. So I just wanted to say, if the number of indie games actually increased, something will have to change. So yes, thank you for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, share and comment, and thank you.